everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Happy New Year. It's 2021 and I hope this year is filled with so many blessings and good things for you and your loved ones. So I know that it's been a minute. It's been quite a while since I've been here on the YouTube street.
You're ashamed of yourself. Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
But I'm back, so let's focus on the important things in life, right? Today I'm going to be talking about something that comes up quite a lot on the Twitter streets. People bring it up in conversation, people always claim it, people always advise other people without having enough information to go and sue for this thing. And by now, if you have looked at my title description, you would know that I'm talking about defamation of character. So if that's something that you are interested in knowing more about, please stick with me and let's get right into it. I'm sure we all have cases where we felt like defamation of character took place and people have grounds to sue, and that's cool and all, but one of the most prominent cases is the case of Larue versus Day. And this was a really wild case for me because I feel like kids can be troublesome, and even in high school I was a bit troublesome, but this was a lot. So what happened was these boys took an image of two gay guys that were naked in a sexually compromising position, and they copied and pasted the images of their principal and their vice principal on it to look as if it was the principal and vice principal engaging in the sexual act. These were true males, by the way. And then on top of that, they sent it to the group chats, they sent it on social media, and they didn't stop there. These boys were like, nah, we want some more beef, we want some more rah-rah. And then they put it on the notice board in school. What we read is that they only left it for like 30 minutes or something, but that is more than enough time. So by the time they took it off, the principal and the vice principal had it, teachers, students, parents, friends had it, and they were punished by the the high school, of course. But after they apologized, the vice principal was like, nah, this one is a bit above me, I'm trying to sue. So he did lay a suit against the boys for defamation of character and infringement of dignity. Now, defamation is legally defined as the wrongful and intentional publication of defamatory material against the plaintiff. The plaintiff, by the way, is the person alleging defamation. Now, there are three things that come into play when a court considers a defamation of character case. The first one is a factual violation of the plaintiff's reputation. Like I said before, the plaintiff is the person alleging defamation. The second one is that this was done wrongfully, and the third one was that it was done intentionally. The bulk of the work is obviously in proving that there was a factual violation against your reputation, but the court does make it easy for us. So what they have done now is that if you can prove as a plaintiff that there was a factual violation against your reputation in accordance with the law, the court automatically assumes that this was done wrongfully or intentionally. Thereby you meet all the requirements for a defamation case, unless the defense, which is the person that is defending themselves, obviously proves that they did not act wrongfully or they did not act intentionally, they can prove both of them. But they can do this in various ways. I'm not going to get into it. The bulk of this video will be just focusing on factual violation of a person's reputation. The first element that goes into investigating factual violation of a person's reputation is publication, and this can be done with written word or oral word. Basically just entails the presence of a third party. Very, very simple context. So basically, if you're claiming that I defamed you, there needs to be a third person in the room who has heard, understood, and appreciated the information that you are claiming is defamatory. For example, let's say me and you as the viewer can only understand English. We only understand English, we only speak English. And in the room with us is Mbali. Mbali only speaks Zulu, she only understands Zulu. And you claim that I said something to you that is defaming you, but I spoke it in English. The third party we have might have heard what I said, but she did not understand and appreciate the meaning of what I said. Therefore, you cannot really claim defamation. You can, however, claim an infringement of your dignity if you feel like what I had said was a lot, like it really hurt your feelings. You can go and say dignity, maybe not defamation. The next step the court takes is looking into whether this material is actually defamatory. So what they just basically do is look into the meaning of the words that were used. Now, words have primary and secondary meanings, and this is a very, very simple explanation. So primary is words that are used in the ordinary meaning and the ordinary context. It does not necessarily mean in the dictionary meaning. So for example, I say the word cow, right? And when you think cow, you think of the animal, moo, cow, grass, me saying cow. But if I call you a cow, you know that I am insulting you. So in this context, it has a different ordinary meaning, but it is still a primary meaning of the word cow. I hope that is like easy to understand. It took me quite a minute though. And then there's the secondary meaning of words, which is just words that are not used in the ordinary context. It's usually understood between the person saying it and the people that are receiving the information. So on Twitter, for example, there are hidden meanings between certain words, or I can send you a sub if you know what that is, and that can still count as defamatory information, because if I understand it as defamatory and the third party understands it, then defame. The last element with regards to building a case of factual violation of a plaintiff's reputation is reference. And this is very, very simple. It just basically means you as the plaintiff need to establish a relationship between the defamatory material and a violation of your reputation by just proving to the court that this information was directed to you. To you. Anyway, this can be done through direct reference or indirect reference. Now, direct reference is me just going on Twitter and being like, Tabo is a cow, right? I could even at you, be like, at Tabo_S is a cow. I said it with my chest, I insulted you, and I put your name on it. So that's very, very easy to prove, unless it's like multiple people that have your name, but that is really easy to prove. And then there's indirect reference, and this is the tricky part. So you have to prove that even though I did not say Tabo is a cow and I say this person is a cow, right, this material was capable of being referenced to you. So you probably have to bring a case of context, I guess, and that the reasonable person, right, any reasonable person would have seen this information and inferred it upon you. Meaning that if I was being defamed on Twitter, right, and I showed it to a reasonable person, they would have been able to see this information and be like, yeah, no, they are talking about Winnie, right? And that's what a plaintiff has to prove in court. This is usually easy. So for example, in cases where there's a particular celebrity that likes to speak up against colorism and against her privilege, right? And there are days where she trends on Twitter and everyone is posting about her, right? People usually don't write out her name, but everybody knows that we are talking about the same person. So that would be a case of indirect reference. Another thing to note is that in South Africa, we do not have class group defamation, meaning that if a white person came and were like, all black people are stupid, that is defamatory, that is insulting to a black person, and I can identify as a black person, but it doesn't mean I as a black person can go now and sue the person that said that, because that falls under a class group. So you really can't do that. It's things like politicians. If I say politicians are crooks, I mean, that does not mean that Thabo Mbeki can come now and sue me because he identifies as a politician. We don't have that in SA law. Sorry to the politicians. And that's it for today, loves. We are done. That's basically a brief, very, very brief, on surface level explanation of defamation. I hope it was enough information. I really try my best to give enough information that's understandable, but if you're still a bit confused, if you still have a couple of questions, please do not hesitate to let me know in the comment section, and I will try my very best to answer you to the best of my ability. And yeah, guys, don't forget, wait, before I say that, I did want to ask if you guys would be interested in seeing something like a get to know me or a life update, something a bit different from law. If that's something you'd be interested in, please do let me know in the comment section. And yeah, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about it. Don't forget to like, guys. I need you to like and subscribe. It's very, very important, please. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video.